Hello and welcome all to the second part of the series on self-exploration. Joining the dots, contemplating, comprehending and sharing all raw with you. All that sounds great is the grace of all those who bless me and lighten my path, and all that sounds not so great is my limitation. So let's get going. We thought of gravitation in the first part in a different perspective. In the same thought process, the second thought that strikes me is that of magnetism. Gravity is one mystical natural force. We all know that. Another such force is magnetism. It is a magical force and it is not seen to our eyes, but it surely exists and we can very easily prove it. If we bring two magnets in vicinity in the field of their magnetic forces, they will either attract or repel each other. Nothing will be visibly seen. But if we hold our hand in between the two magnets, and if the magnets are strong enough, we can actually feel the force in which they will be throwing away each other or they will be getting pulled towards each other. Umpteen justification of how it originates and all the properties of magnetism are known. But why it should result in this kind of an effect? Why certain substances are magnetic? Why others are not? We have developed theories on it. We have developed theories on what? What are the things that makes a substance magnetic, paramagnetic or non-magnetic? But why it should happen? There is no concrete understanding of this effect still. It connected me to our ancestral belief of similar complementary forces in nature. These complementary forces our ancestors call as the Shiva Shakti. These are complementary forces. They are opposite, but they work hand in hand. They cannot be separated from each other, just like the two poles of a magnet. This is a very common experiment that is discussed with us in school levels, that you cut a magnet in as small a size as you want, but every small piece of the magnet will have both the north and south poles. The two poles of the magnet can never be separated. Similarly, Shiva and Shakti can never be separated from each other. It is like the ripple on water that can never be separated from water. Shiva is also called as the bare existence, the negative, omnipresent charged power, pure existence. And when this Shiva comes into action, the action form of Shiva is nothing but Shakti. So Shakti doesn't have an independent existence. All the same, Shakti is the working positive form of that charged power. We can also call Shiva as the potential energy, and Shakti is the converted kinetic form of this potential that is actually used when some action takes place. Shiva says, what is the use of my existence if Shakti doesn't build on it? And Shakti says, I am the working form of Shiva. I'm just a form of Shiva. I don't have an independent existence at all. Like said, if Shiva is the water in the water body, Shakti is the wave appearing on it. We can't just remove wave without getting water. Or if Shiva is the canvas, Shakti is a line drawn on it. A line cannot be drawn unless a canvas is there. And a canvas is never noticed unless a line is drawn on it. If we draw a line or a dot or a circle on a canvas and ask people what it is, they will always say this is a circle. They will never say this is a canvas, because circle is the manifested form of the on the canvas, and that is what is noticed. Such is the amalgamation, the complementation of Shiva and Shakti. Just thought whether this could be the interpretation of our ancestors of the magnetic power or the magnetic dual forces acting in nature, and all such forces of attraction and repulsion cause the magnetic effect of the universe, and they bring about so many things that get working in the universe. A quirky thought pops up. If there is someone around towards whom you get attracted, that means you are opposites, because opposites get attracted. But opposites also complement each other. So maybe with that opposite, you will complement and complete the yin yang, the circle, and get some task accomplished. And if you are getting repelled from someone, check it out. Maybe you are like poles. You have a lot in common. And in that case, would you really like to be repelled or go away from that person? Think about it. Unscientific thought. Enjoyed, although. Thank you for listening to this. Stay tuned for some more such exploratory thoughts.